Hello. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing out there? I hope we haven't made y'all too mad by being quiet for like a month now. It's not our, it kind of is our fault. We don't have anybody to blame but ourselves.
Tis the season.
Tis the season. But luckily we got guests tonight. We've got Greers Ferry EMS with Roger and Troy. And how are you fellas today?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Good. I guess most people probably already know y'all around here.
For the most part.
But for the ones that don't, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself,
Well,
maybe.
I'll start it off. My name's Troy. I've been with Greers Ferry for about 30 years now. I started back in 95. Started out as a driver, first responder. Did that for several years and kind of moved my way up as people left and slots need to be filled. I eventually become chief of the service. Roger come aboard, still need members and stuff, and Roger moved up. Now he co-chiefs with me. We just got so much going on that, we need a chief available at all times. So Roger stepped in and filled that role, and we worked really well together.
Yeah.
So over the years, like I said, we've been in service since Greers Ferry EMS got established in 1970, June, I believe, of 1970.
Oh, wow.
We are a free ambulance service. We work strictly on donations, and we've been operating that way since we started in 1970. The community's been really good with us. If there's something we need and things that we don't have that we could use, the community always pulls together and helps us out. So.
Well, one of the things that, like sorry, didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
Like with the fire department, the volunteer fire department, they send out a do thing every year. Is that something y'all have considered in the past, something y'all thought about? Because I feel like in this here, we have so many people that are not from here that come here, so on and so forth. Maybe they don't understand that this service is even available. Maybe some sort of...
Well, there's a lot of things to understand about it. Number one, in a lot of communities, the fire department and EMS are commingled. They're one group.
Okay.
Here, a lot of the folks on EMS are also on fire, but we are two distinct organizations. The fire department operates on their dues. They're supported by the community that way. Greers Ferry EMS is a totally volunteer organization. We operate exclusively on donations and, whatever fundraising events that we can do. The fire department is volunteer, but there's a stipend. You get paid so much per call and trainings and such. The folks that work for EMS, we do it entirely out of the goodness of our hearts. We get no pay, no stipends, no reimbursements of any type. So it's really kind of a different mindset to be part of something like this.
So to answer your question, since I've been on that I can remember, every year we send out donation letters to our community. And for those that own property from out of state, if we haul them on the ambulance, we get their address, we send them a donation letter every year. Those folks have also been really, really good to us. We've had them as far as Tennessee, California, and Texas, that have property here.
And before I go back to Roger, you served in a EMS fire capacity before coming to Greers Ferry, correct?
Absolutely. I was born and raised in Michigan. Right out of high school, I took a year leave. And then when I went back to my hometown, I joined up with an emergency response service. Did that for a little while. Then once I left there, I went to the fire department full time.
And that was back when Moses walked the earth, right?
Man, I'm only 56. Come on now.
But how many years total do you have in emergency services?
I was trying to add that up on the way here. I think it's close to 36. I started when I was 18, so I'm 56 now. So whatever that is.
Wow, that's a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And you being paired with with your co-chief, I understand that you were actually in the Chicago area.
I've been all over. I actually started my fire and EMS career in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I joined my first fire department when I turned 18 in my senior year of high school. Mm-hmm. And come February, we'll be 40 years in the fire service.
Man,
and
so
then come like March or April, I believe it'll be 36 in EMS.
So literally, our community is being led by over 60 years of emergency management experience, and that I think maybe gets overlooked sometimes. So we definitely applaud you both for that. That's just that's huge.
It's something that, like Roger said, we're totally volunteers. We do it out of the goodness, kindness of our heart. If it wasn't in our blood, we wouldn't do it.
Right.
And I've been that way all my life. I can probably say the same thing for Roger. What we're seeing nowadays is these younger generation coming up. If it doesn't pay them money, they don't want to do it, and that's where our struggle's at. That's why we need volunteers to step up and come in and join us. Right now our capacity is 20 volunteers. Then we've got board members, of course, but out of those 20 people, you're looking at most of them work full-time jobs.
Correct.
It's hard to cover the day shift when you work a full-time job. So we need those volunteers. We've met a lot of retired people that come here and settle down here. And we've picked up a few along the way that say, "Hey, I'm retired. I'm looking for something to do."
Right.
And they'll come join our service. So trying to get them interested in what it is we do and why we do it is really tough getting through to them.
Well, hello, Miss Taylor. Thanks for watching. That's so again, going back to we talked about before the show started, is in the United States as a whole, there is probably a handful of actual 100% free ambulance services. And I recall one of the first calls that my wife went on with Roger, and how shocked the lady was. She's asking, "Where's her bill? Why haven't I gotten a bill?" And that's something that's always lingering in the back, I think, of the public's mind when you have to call an ambulance or you have to go to the ER or anything else. This is a medical emergency, but ouch! I know that there's insult to this. Well, no pun intended. Insult to this injury in the form of a letter with a large number attached to it that I owe, and that never comes with us.
Right. Yeah, and let's clarify that too, because not only do we not bill, we don't bill under any circumstance. We could bill and accept whatever insurance is offered, right? We don't do that.
Right.
We are completely funded by donations and fundraisers. That's it. So, we're not like one of these paid services in the area that everything they do is a profit margin. We're not. We try to provide the very best possible service we can on the fundings that we have.
Sorry, but Benj, you have the floor. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let
Okay. So I'm Roger. I've been with Greers Ferry for coming up on 5 years now. And as I said earlier, I'm coming up on 40 years in the fire service and 36 in EMS. I've served in Wisconsin, Illinois, Arkansas. Anywhere that I lived where we had a volunteer service, I was part of it, and I'm proud of that. It's something to really take a lot of pride in.
Well, to echo what David said earlier, as a community, I don't speak for everybody, but I will do my best. We appreciate what you guys do very much. And for those of you that don't know, this is David as well. He's co-hosting because Jesse is occupied otherwise.
El Occupado.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Let's see, we met David. It's been a little over a year ago. Met him. He'd already had his business open in town, and somebody kept saying, "You need to go stop and talk to him." You need to stop and talk to him, and finally we met.
Yep.
And so we recruited him, and then a short period later, we recruited his wife. So I'll be hitting you up very soon to join our service.
Yeah, I tell you what, and that's even just to being a very proud member of our EMS, our fire, and our police department is. I am floored and just so full of joy at the support we get from our community. Like I can't talk too much. I'll get choked up over it. Our community lifts us up so high, and working the fundraisers, the dunk booth, the dunk tank, and doing things like that. And when I want to possibly clarify to some people out there that may not know is we actually have really good equipment. Getting to sit in on the meetings and the direction that you guys are taking the department in and trying to get that newer, next state-of-the-art piece of equipment that is going to not only help the first responder but also help the patient, and putting the funds in the right proper places and getting those new machines in place but also taking those machines that are still good and donating them to the departments that are right next door to us, like Prim, that can't afford or whatever. Like it's the community gives to EMS, and then we give to a neighboring community that maybe isn't as large or can't, possibly do that stuff. That makes sense.
Well, we've accepted help, and we have to, you know. And so, in turn, when things are working out for us, we like to give back not only to our community, to our fellow departments and stuff. It helps us out a lot. Where we all run into a problem with is each department is having the same struggle that we're having. Fire, EMS, they're all having the same struggle. It's getting people to come volunteer and join our service and everything. We're working. I've been talking about it for the last couple of years. Been doing some research on it. Is we're trying to get it to where the schools will work with us, and we get some of these students that are going through, plan on going to college for medical. Let them come ride with us for the summer. See if they, if that's something they want to do, to maybe further them into their medical career. It's really tough. I mean, it really is, trying to get somebody interested in do what we do for free. So
have you spoken to the school about that, or is it something that they're not interested in?
Well, we've talked to a few of the students and their parents, and we're not getting the vibe that we think we should get yet. So we're going to do some more publicity work. We're going to do some more media work and try to get some information out there to see if they are interested, and maybe get some takes for next year for the senior class. I may be wrong on this, but I think my understanding is now all seniors are required to have CPR class before they graduate. So that's a step. That's a step in the right direction. So getting back to, like I said, the community is really good to us, but we've been out in the public and out in the community and been in the grocery store standing in line, and somebody say, Greers Ferry's got an EMS, Greers Ferry's got an ambulance. Oh yeah, we've been here for, since 1970. Well, we had no clue you had an EMS. So that's another one of the loopholes or problems that we're trying to get past, is getting that ambulance out, getting it seen, getting it known, and let people know that we have an ambulance service here. When we do take patients to the hospital, the family members are asking us, like you stated a while ago, when am I going to get a bill? And we make sure we tell them, you'll never see a bill from us. I mean, we're already seeing you on one of your worst days. We're not going to make it worse.
Exactly. Your lovely wife is watching, so watch your P's and Q's.
Oh, no, I'm not going to talk about her. She's actually going on I talked her into joining the service, and she's going on her 13th year.
Man, that's outstanding.
First year was a first responder. She finally went through EMT school. So she's been an EMT with us for 12 years now.
How many EMTs do we have total on?
We actually have, if I count it up, we have about 8 EMTs.
We have about 8 EMTs, okay.
And we are trying really, really hard to get another EMT class together, because we've got several that want to go to the EMT class.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And we'll touch about that a little bit. Is the state regulations and the Arkansas Department of Health mandate us. It doesn't matter if we're a free service or not. We still have to abide by the same rules, laws, and regulations that the larger companies do and the paid services do. And one of that is being a certified EMT on our ambulance, even though we're a basic volunteer service. And they have changed the guidelines in the last 30 years so many times on how to get your license, how to maintain your EMT license, required number of hours, on-hands training. A couple of years ago when COVID hit, they kind of slacked off of that and said, hey, you can get your license online. There was a lot of EMTs that jumped up and got their online license. But we're back to where you've got to attend a class somewhere. The problem being is most of the regulations now require it to be a college course. You're looking at 2 nights a week, then some Saturdays. Well, everybody that wants to join is full-time jobs. Right. That's really tough to get.
And that's what I ran into. Is I was planning on attending as an ASU, and then when I joined the service with you guys and said, hey, we probably gonna have a class coming up, that really fit super well, because we hope we own a business too, and anybody that's a business owner knows it's a 24/7 type gig. So, but being able to, and I'm really hoping that's something that happens. What really sets us apart when it comes to ALS and BLS? Because I'm sure that people see our ambulance riding around and they see survival flight.
Right.
So
the differences are, and I'll let Roger jump in on part of this, is BLS stands for just that basic life service, life-saving service. So we don't have narcotics. We don't carry IVs. We don't carry any of that stuff. And we've had people call us and say, hey, we called you. Can you give them a shot? Can you give them something? We can't do that.
Right.
We're just a basic service. So when your ALS comes in, it's advanced life support. So Roger can explain a little bit more about the advanced part of it. There's a lot of stuff that they can do that we can't.
Roger is advanced. He's an advanced man.
Yeah.
Well, for a number of years, I held an intermediate license, which is between the basic and the ALS. But we can do simple things. We can take glucose. We can provide ASA, baby aspirin for people with heart attacks. We can assist people with doing some of those things. But when it comes to things like applying and reading a 12-lead heart monitor,
right,
or starting an IV, anything that's invasive, we are not licensed to do that. Even if you're a licensed paramedic, but you're operating on our service, you are limited to our license. So even though you're a paramedic, when if you're on the Greers Ferry ambulance, you're a basic EMT.
Right.
So that's another thing that people don't always understand is regardless of what that person's license level is or experience level is, they can only operate at the level of the ambulance that they're operating on at the time.
So one of the going back to what you said earlier about people coming up to you at the grocery store or wherever and asking, they didn't know that there was a service. That's part of the reason why we wanted to start this thing, is because there's a lot of things that happen here that a lot of people don't know about. Everybody just gets busy doing their own thing, living their lives, and don't even realize I'm guilty of it. I mean, we've been here for 20 years, and some of the businesses that are here and so on and so forth. I mean, until we started this, we didn't know. And that's been one of the biggest, why we wanted to continue this and keep this going, is so that all of our things that we offer could have a voice,
right,
to get it to the people that. So thank y'all for coming in and talking about it. For one, again, thank y'all for your service. And what can we do to help beyond this to help get that message out there?
It's just spread the word. I mean, that's our biggest hold up right now, is getting that word out there. We try to wear our shirts out when we're out in public. People ask us. My wife's got asked many times at the store where she works, hey, you're on the fire, you're on EMS. Yeah, absolutely. And they talk about it. And so we're trying to come up with a plan now where we can do that on a regular basis. I used to tell the crews that were on duty, we used to have a set schedule, 6A to 6P, Yeah, I used to tell those crews, grab the ambulance, go to dinner, take it out, eat dinner somewhere, eat lunch somewhere. Be seen. And let people ask questions. We have gotten out of that because we are shorthanded and we don't have the people that's available during the day to do things like that. So we are working on plans to rectify some of that. With your guys' word of mouth, like I said, a lot of people don't know we're here. We're trying to have more fundraisers. That gets the word out quite a bit. We haven't sent out a mass mailing flyer yet this year, but we're due to send one out for donations here real soon. I think it'll be about February by the time we send them out. We get a lot of people that donate very generously. But come by. If you see us out, come by and stop and talk to us. I mean, we're more than willing to talk. You see one of us in the store, like I said, we try to wear our shirts to identify us. Ask us questions.
Yeah, we're usually at the ball games and things like that. And we set up at the fireworks show this last year, 4th of July, and things. Seeing us get out there and seeing the ambulance out there and the interaction with the public and everything, it's going to take time, but we the good that we're doing, and those people that we do service, and again the call that my wife went on with you,
right?
We can't mention names or anything like that, but it turned out to be one of those that someone this is not their primary residence, but they were here, and it was a pretty serious little head injury, that we could take care of. And when they didn't get that bill and they realized what type of services we offered and how we operate, they were very generous.
Yes.
With a donation, and God bless them for that, and thank anybody and everybody, and God bless each and every one of you that whether you give a dollar or whatever it is, I assure you it does not go unused, it does not go unnoticed, and it's going forward to pay for someone else to be able to take that ride.
Right. And I'd just like to say too, we appreciate the gratitude that you've expressed tonight. We appreciate the opportunity to get out in front of the community the way we are this evening. But as grateful as other people may be, I'm confident I can speak for every member of the service. We want to say thank you. We want to say thank you to the community, not only for their donations, but for the opportunity that they present us to allow us to serve them.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about, you mentioned about operating strictly on funds. A lot of people don't realize that to run just a basic ambulance service with nothing going back to the volunteers that run it, we're still looking at about $40,000 a year operation fees, for supplies and fuel and maintenance and licensing and insurance. So a lot of people don't realize that. And we've been doing that since 1970.
That's amazing.
The businesses, communities around here has been really good to us. We've assisted Fairfield Bay calls. Priam. We've went as far as Concord a few times on calls. Those people have no clue. They expect a bill, and they don't get one.
Probably one of my favorite calls is when we turn the ambulance into a tow truck.
We can't talk about that.
We can't talk about that, but you know what? You let your imagination run wild. Let's say that's being able to respond, and it's more often than not that people are very happy to see you. That individual that day was happy to see. We're so well received by our community and the people, like you said, the people that we serve, and that's I echo what Roger's saying. It is a pleasure to serve
and a privilege.
It is a privilege. I almost want to feel like I work at Chick-fil-A. It's
well, we're working the EMT classes aren't out of the woods yet. So we're working on that. Hopefully we'll get one established here close. Maybe we can pick up a few people that's interested in joining, get them through some EMT training, first responder courses, CPR courses, things like that. We do a in-house driving course.
Yes, drivers. We need drivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you don't have to necessarily put gauze or tourniquets or anything like that. If you just want to get behind the wheel and flip on the wee-woos, so Mr. Roger here, he will definitely show you the way.
Well, being so short-handed, if you can only give us 1 or 2 days a month, we'll take whatever we can get. We'll teach you the basics. We'll teach you what you need to know to get started. If you want to pursue your career from there, I don't know how many people we've brought through our front doors, trained them, worked them, and then they went on to further themselves in the medical career.
Well, your son, case in point, Corbin, right?
Yeah. He now works for a paramedic service. So we've seen it happen quite a few times. But we'll take retired nurses. We've had them come aboard and run with us. So, like I said, being so short-handed, we'll take what we can get. If we can get you 1 or 2 days a month, that's what what we'll take. Yeah. The other thing I want to plug in here real quick is, with us being a basic volunteer service, a lot of our calls that turn out to be a ALS call, we have survival flights stationed, throughout the county now, that to our advantage, that if we need them, they'll come. The thing that I want to get out there that's really important is, if you do not have a survival flight membership for your family, you need to get one.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And we carry those applications with us on the ambulance.
Yes. We make sure that we try to hand it out everywhere we go. We'll ask them as soon as we arrive, are you a member of survival flight? No. Well, here's a pamphlet. Fill this out, become a member. That's going to cover your ground service and your air service for ALS.
That reminds me, I need to call them again. I paid, and I never did get my sticker to go on my window.
So, but I did want to put that out there. get that message out there that we have a lot of people that we have to turn over to ALS, and we know when we call a helicopter, we know that thing's not cheap to fly.
Right.
And they'll get I hate to give somebody a $40,000 bill because we are a free ambulance service, and here we put them on a helicopter, knowing that they don't have the membership. But it's not about the money; it's about the life.
Right.
And that's the way we look at it. We have to, otherwise we couldn't sleep at night.
Absolutely.
But they need to be aware that when they buy that, get that membership for their household, that covers everybody that lives in their household. So it's when it says airback, it's not just air. It's all the ground.
That's their ground services as well. That's awesome.
You know, another thing I want to put out there too is, you know, we would like to do more for the community.
Absolutely.
You know, as an example, we've had some discussion about possibly starting up regular CPR courses. I'm a CPR instructor. We have another person on the service that's a CPR instructor. If we could get enough interest, you know, we would be certainly willing to set up regularly scheduled classes.
Well, I mean,
but in the meantime, if somebody wants it, they can reach out to us.
And we have
work with them to get it done.
babysitters in the community. We have people that that go and visit and stay with their grandparents, their parents, whatever. I mean, the CPR is something I believe everyone should have. Everyone should have basic CPR.
Absolutely.
That is a very vital life-saving tool.
And for people that don't know it, I mean, no longer do you have to do mouth to mouth, as it used to be referred to, right?
Yeah, right.
At this point, in fact, studies have shown that hands-on compressions-only CPR is actually more effective. So for those people that might be afraid of doing CPR because of the potential of contracting something, you don't even have to do that.
That's right.
Anymore.
Yeah,
Hands-on compressions only.
Keeping that circulation going is huge.
Yep.
So do you try to run right now? Do you try to run a schedule, or is every signal that goes out just open to anybody? Or
so for years and years we run everything like I said. I mentioned earlier a schedule where we have volunteers sign up, say, hey, I can work Mondays and Thursdays or whatever. I can work from 6P to 6A, and then the next crew would come on. So I used to do the calendar every month and have it full, you know, but we've had, 30 volunteers, 30 plus volunteers, it got to the point where we had more drivers and first responders than EMTs. Well, you can't roll an ambulance without an EMT. So that schedule had to kind of go away to the wayside for now. And we kind of run it like the fire departments do. When the tones go off, if you're available, roll. First ones to get to the ambulance, take it and go to the scene. We'll come to the scene to help you out. So we're hopefully, if we can get enough certified EMTs back, that we can run shifts and schedules again. It used to be that we had more EMTs than drivers, first responders, so we'd have 2 EMTs leave out of the ambulance instead of 1 of each.
So Kayla said she wants to see a kid/teen class for the kids that babysit. So yeah, that's like Roger said, Kayla, just get with us and let's make it happen. It's one of those that would be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we just got brand new mannequins in also, training mannequins.
Oh,
some
sweet.
state-of-the-art stuff. So
Hey.
Be interested to see how those work out. You're really going to have to work hard to do it right.
Oh yeah,
they have feedback devices. They're
really?
sound and lights. So based on whether or not you're green, red, or yellow, it tells you whether or not you have the right speed, and then by the sound and everything, it'll tell you the compression. So it really can teach you the absolute right way.
Some of us old timers are going to have to really kick it in gear.
I would say so. That's when you're doing CPR. Sincerely, I guess if you're not almost sweating, it's 30 compression. It's and there's 2 different songs that you go to, and it's Staying Alive or Another One Bites the Dust.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the younger folks now are going Baby Shark, and I'm going to have to stay away from that one.
But yeah, those 30 compressions. I mean, it's a quick, and you do. That's why you can spell each other off, and it's good to have a partner on the other side whenever, because you will wear yourself out.
So if you were going to do one of these classes, CPR classes, assuming it would be out here at the station.
We can do them anywhere.
Yeah, we can set them up anywhere. We can take the mannequins. We can do the testing. We have books and CDs and everything that we need to do that. So we can certainly set that up and make.
How much of a time frame would you?
Well, ideally, because we both work too, right? Those of us that are doing it. So I would really like to have myself. I'd like to have a 2 to 3 week lead time so that I can make sure that nothing comes up.
Okay, do you have a number of people? Anything from 1 to?
I've taught as few as 1. I can teach as many as 4 at a time. So, you can't exceed a certain instructor-student ratio. So you have to be careful of that too. But if we know we've got a big class and we can work it out, then both of the instructors, and if we need to, we can pull instructors in from other places.
Is that a one day class, 2 day class?
It's just a few hours.
Just a few hours.
And,
Okay.
and depending on whether or not you're going for like the CPR level that you would need for our service, or are you simply looking for a layperson class?
Right.
And in those cases, you can even do that training online and just come to us and do the practical exam or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of different levels out there that you
So
can,
like when
you can
Kayla
look
was
at.
saying, the teen or kid classes for babysitting,
Right.
If somebody's parents were to bring their kid up there, we would only need them for one evening.
Or a Saturday morning or
Or a
something
Saturday
like that.
morning, or a Saturday
But
morning.
again, depending upon what level of training they're looking to receive,
Excuse me.
they may even be able to do the training online.
Okay,
and simply come and do
outstanding.
a hands-on,
Do your practicals.
practical.
Yeah.
And then we can sign off on that, and then they don't even have a class. They just have a few minutes of
Man,
practical
that's
work.
awesome.
So it all depends on what level they're looking to get.
And is there what age is like? Is there I'm assuming there's a too young?
I don't think there's
There's not.
I don't think there's such a thing as too young.
Too young?
Now I've seen 8 years and 10 years old. Go through the class.
Yeah.
There's if they can read, they can comprehend.
Say is, yeah,
understand,
it's
they
the
can-
reading comprehension and the physical ability to do compressions appropriately.
Right.
Correct.
And that's if you stiff arm using your body weight, an 8-year-old can more than deliver.
We in Arkansas, we've seen some big cornbread boys that are 10 years old. That's right. So it'll make me look little.
That's right.
So
Your little Johnny that's 5 years old doing chest compressions. It's feed him 4 times a day.
I mean, that's the way poor Corbin was. I hate to throw him out there again, but poor Corbin, he's always been big. And, he outweighed me. By the time he was 14 years old. So, I've seen him as young as like you said, 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, he's built like a porta john. He's big. He is. He's stout as an ox.
So would y'all be interested in doing like a little, like a short video or anything like that, just to kind of give people an idea of what the class would look like?
We could probably
The little session
we could probably do something like that.
to put out there on. I mean, we'd be more than happy to put it on.
On the interwebs, kind of almost
Yeah.
like an infomercial.
Yeah. I mean, really, if they really want to see what some of the training's like, they can really go to like the
American Heart Association.
American Heart Association, or American
Red
Red Cross,
Cross.
because there's 2 different ones. We do AHA, but you can go to these different ones and you can see what the classes look like. You can see some of the examples of how CPR is done, and they can really see if it's something they feel like they can do. And if they
Well, don't take this the wrong way,
Right.
but especially for the young folks, like you said, the baby shark people. When they look at the people in this room, they're old. They don't know nothing. they watch the ones on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe it would be good if they could see the faces that we're going to
Absolutely.
Teach the class.
You know what I mean? I know that sounds weird, but
No.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think it personalizes it a little bit
I'm not
instead
opposed
of
to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And I mean, even if it's something as simple as somebody wants to come down and see what our ambulance and the station looks like, if they let us know, I mean, I'll have no problem.
I bet a lot of people don't know that we actually have a sleeping quarter.
Yeah, we've got sleeping quarters in the back of the
I didn't
station
know
for
that.
those people that were on shift.
but I mean, how would you know? I mean,
Yeah.
We have
unless
indoor
you-
plumbing too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
it's a pipe out the wall, but
But it's inside.
but it's inside. That's right. You can pee in the heat.
And so there's people that don't know that where we're located at, what is our address?
7599 Greers Ferry Road.
Greers Ferry Road, right there at the 3-way intersection, basically. If we're directly across from the service station.
Right. At the driveway going into Autumn Woods
Yes.
Estates there.
Yes.
Behind Sonic.
Right.
Behind Sonic. Again, if nobody's there, man, get a hold of us. Get a hold of one of us. Again, if you want to tour the ambulance, the just whatever.
Do y'all have a Facebook page?
Absolutely, that's how I found us.
We are revamping that, and we're going to do something new. So it's coming soon.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, because my thing is, you you and I messaged each other because I inquired.
You inquired.
Yeah, I inquired, and he messaged me. I mean, fast.
We have a web page that we are revamping and working on as well. You'll be able to make donations online directly through our web
That's
page.
awesome.
You'll be able to look up and apply for CPR classes on that as well.
Send messages to the service.
Yes. So it'll be just a message that comes in to the board members, and then we'll put that class out there, schedules and things like that. So hopefully that's going to turn us around a little bit. So we're gearing up towards the future, try to get everybody has a Facebook page now. And so we're trying to get that.
Because social media is
a driving force.
It is. It's the Arkansas Democrat Gazette now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It is.
it's just where everybody goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
In right or indifferent, if
Right.
you want to know about it, just look on Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, so, but we are working on that here. Hopefully we'll have it up by the first of next year. That way we can get those class schedules posted and get the information out there, who to contact to set up classes. In the past, we've had churches call us, want to do the whole congregation on a Saturday, so.
that's an avenue that I didn't think about. That's
We
actually
are,
a good
Roger and
avenue.
I actually have spoke to it, and the board has brought it up as well, is, for those that don't know, we're governed, since we're a nonprofit organization, I'll just throw this out there, we are a nonprofit organization. So we are governed by a board of directors, and we have been so since day one. So Roger and I both hold positions on the board as well. So our board of directors has been really, really good to the volunteers. We try to take care of our volunteers. They're the ones out there humping and doing the work and putting in the long hours for nothing. So one of the things that we try to push to the community is come out and join us, help. But it wasn't up until we started the social media stuff, getting that information out there, that we started seeing a more positive response. So one of the things that we're trying to do with our volunteers is get them in the positive mindset that what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing some training, we're going to do some videos, we're going to do a few things in the future. So Roger and I have been working on a few things.
And it's not easy.
It's not.
It's not. You got so many people, and I'm one of them. I'll be 44 in a couple of months, and
Just a youngin'.
but getting to here, because I grew up without this stuff. I mean, getting on here and having my face on here and my voice on here. I mean, it's not as easy for a lot of people as what we want to think it is. And
The other thing that we have to overcome is, like I said, a lot of people don't know that we have an ambulance service. They see the fire department, and since we are a separate entity from the fire department, it's really hard to keep that separation, especially when all the volunteers you find are already on a fire department. So you bring them over to your service. So, like Roger said, I would say right now about 75% of our volunteers on the ambulance service are members of the fire department. So if we get a fire call and they need an ambulance, we're slim pickings on that. But we, in the last couple of years, since Roger and I have worked together, on the board and turned into the co-chiefs, and we have been trying to partner up with the fire department as much as we can.
Yeah.
So a lot of times if the fire department's having a function, you'll see our ambulance here. You'll see our personnel there.
Travis asked how many volunteers we have now. We're looking for more. I believe Troy had mentioned earlier that we have approximately 30.
No, 20.
20. Okay.
Our
20.
ideal is
At one
30.
point, we had 30.
At one point we had 30. Right now we have 20. We're always looking for more volunteers. And no, you do not need any certifications. That's another one of the awesome things about Greers Ferry EMS is you can come in completely dry and not have any previous experience. And the guys and gals on the Greers Ferry EMS are pretty pumped about training people up and getting them up to speed.
We will provide them with the training and help them
Yes,
obtain
and
the
the certification,
certifications.
yes.
that they
So one of the things on that is being a basic service is, and being in a rural department, the health department overlooks some time frames. What we have is when you come in as a volunteer with no past experience, we have a certain amount of time to get you driver certified, which means you got to take an EVOC course. We have a time frame where we have to get you CPR certified, and they are pushing and have mandated that we get you EMR certified, which is a little bit more advanced than just a basic first responder course. So where a paramedic service is, in order to drive an ambulance for a paramedic service, you've got to be an EMT.
Correct.
So that's the difference. One of the differences between a paramedic service or ALS service and a basic volunteer service. So, so if you come in dry off the street, no training, no knowledge prior to, we will put you through those courses. We'll have to, by law, by regulations, we have to get you those certifications. So,
I can speak from experience I can speak for my wife. Is she come in with no experience whatsoever, and was welcomed with smiles and open arms and with excitement to get her trained, and so that was such a for lack of a better term, that was a big turn on for me. Is just how well she was received. Me being a first aid instructor and having all the medical knowledge that I have, but somebody who doesn't have anything, and to see you guys light up and get so excited about somebody who wants to learn.
I mean, I remember her going through the ambulance driving course, right? And it only took 30 minutes and 2 small cans of touch-up paint when she was done. But it was certainly worth it.
Right.
but
She'll get me for that later.
Yeah.
but that's the thing about us. We've always been family oriented. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot in the past of husband-wife teams that come in, and we just get a better response out of that. They're home together. They arrive together. They run the call together. They go back home together, and that has really worked out in the past. So anytime we get a husband-wife team that wants to join the service, or if the husband, like in your case, the husband joined first, we hit the wife up right off the bat.
Yeah.
So and it works out really well.
And she swore, she's like, I will only drive. I won't no blood, no nothing. No. Was it like 1, maybe 2 calls?
Yeah.
And you can't get her out of the back of the ambulance.
Right.
I want to ride. I was like, Roger needs you up there. But I want to be back here. Fine. I'll ride with Roger.
Yeah.
So for those that think that, this may not, maybe I can just drive, or maybe I can just do this. I challenge you to try it and see what really fits, because you get so excited and you can fall in love with every aspect of it, thinking, well, I can only drive. I don't believe that I could handle, a cut finger or something of that nature. And then when the rubber meets the road, you really learn who you really truly are and what.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so, to see somebody light up like that is just cool.
We're not gonna put you in a position where you're uncomfortable doing what you're doing.
Right.
We're going to work with you as much as we can. If you decide later on that you just can't do that part of it, we're not going to force you to do that part of it. And we'll take you in any aspect we can get. If you just want to be a driver and that's all you're comfortable doing, we're going to train you. We're going to put you in that position, and that's what we're going to let you do. The disadvantage of that is a lot of times, being shorthanded, we only have 2 people on that ambulance. We have to have a driver that's certified and an EMT. That driver becomes that EMT's right-hand man. So they are going to have to get in there and help out. Now, we have a lot more first responders that can go directly to the scene and not ride on the ambulance. So we'll always try to have some extra help there just in case. But there's going to be times that the driver's going to be put in that position where they have to be in the middle of it. But we're not going to force you to do something you're not comfortable doing.
Well, maybe one of the pluses or positives that we have is because so many of us are dual role on fire and EMS. Almost all of us end up on the scene. So if we're shorthanded on the ambulance, then some firefighters that are also EMS can downgrade their gear and hop on the ambulance.
Yeah,
we can we're cross trained.
Even if they're not cross-trained on the ambulance, we have snatched firemen up and said, hey, we need you in the back. We got to go.
One thing I would put out there as kind of a challenge is for the folks that think to themselves, I don't really want to do that if there's nothing in it for me. There's no monetary gain for me, right? Try it. Just try it. And let that sense of accomplishment, sense of purpose that comes with it, let that touch you one time.
It's all over.
You'll never be worried about it again.
That's right.
One thank you, one hug. Well, say it all.
That's, man. Yeah. Especially if you comfort a child, that melts That, my goodness,
Absolutely.
that is that gets me. And it's and some of the lives that you actually touch and you change, you may not ever know about it until way down the road when a family member goes, what was your name again?
Yeah.
I remember so and so telling me about you. Do you realize what you done? And it's one of those that you go home and you get misty eyed, and you're like, wow.
And there's been a few times over the years where I've had a patient that ultimately did not make it, but we were able to give their family time to get there,
Right,
and say goodbye.
man.
And
yes,
So even though ultimately we weren't able to help that person,
correct.
we had a positive impact on their family, and that really
Which
really
in turn
carries me.
has a positive impact on our patient as well.
Absolutely.
When you can tell that person, hey, hang in there, we got you. Your family's on its way, and to be able to provide that is priceless.
Sorry, I was having connection issues over here. So I'm kind of
We all three turned at him, and he's like,
so I'm kind of in my own world.
So yeah, it is. Like I said, Roger and I wouldn't have done it as long as we have, and
Right.
a lot of our volunteers would never have done it as long as they have. It's just that we don't do it for the money.
No,
We don't even do it for the thank you, but it's the self that you feel here when you can do something to help, and just getting a little thank you once in a while makes the world a difference.
yeah,
Makes it all worthwhile.
so that's that $1 million paycheck.
Yep.
That's what that is. That feeling is the $1 million paycheck that lasts forever.
Even if you don't hear it, just being able to see it in somebody's eyes. is
That's
enough.
it. Yes, sir. 100%. 100%. Wow. That's again, I'll every time I get on this show, whether I'm a guest or hell, I'm like, our community and he's like, shh, we're a hidden gem. We're a hidden gem. Like,
You can't help but talk about it, but you also want to kind of keep it a secret.
yeah, you do. You want to keep it a secret. It's like, it's mine. It's mine. This is my precious. It's like, this is my, but Greers Ferry is the best decision we ever made as a family, and has had such a positive impact on my family, my kids, and me as a person. I never imagined myself moving to a community and becoming a better version of myself because of all of the amazing people that surround you.
Right. I know the feeling. I mean, I moved down here from Michigan. My parents are retired. They were from down here. I moved down here and lived over in Shirley for about a year, and I just happened to wander over this side of the lake one day, and I've been here ever since. I've never. I don't have the desire to go anywhere else.
I mean, it's just hard to be in a bad mood or anything when you pretty much no matter where you go in this town, there's somebody that's going to slap you on the back or say hello. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like overpopulated Mayberry.
It is. I like it.
And I dig it. I like it.
Yeah. I can't see myself going anywhere else.
No,
Me either.
Absolutely not.
When we moved here 20 years ago, I told my wife, I was like, until God calls me home, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and I moved down to Arkansas 8 years ago for my work. And for the 14 years prior to that, we lived an hour outside of Chicago. And our conversation was, if we can live outside of Chicago for 14 years, we can live anywhere for a short period of time.
That's a fact.
And within just probably 6 months of moving to Arkansas, we're like, this is it. This is where we want to be. And then, we had the opportunity to come here to Greers Ferry, and neither one of us could be happier than we are.
And
This
I
is
can
an
believe that.
outstanding community to be a part of.
'Cause, I mean, I grew up just 3 hours away from here. My whole life, been from Arkansas, but it's a different feel here. It's a totally different feel.
Well, like I said, we've got a really good community. They've been really good to us since we started this. I'm hoping they continue to stand behind us, support us. Like I said, it's not easy doing it. It's not it's a thankless job like we talked about. It's not for everybody. We know that.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for something to do in your spare time, come join us. I mean,
100%.
it's a new experience. And if you don't make it, you don't like to do it, we understand. But come join us. See what it's like. Get that. Once you get it in your blood, you're done. That you're hooked.
I said, like Roger said, the first time you see it in somebody's eyes, or that little kid hugs you, or somebody thanks you, it hits a different part of your soul. It's like it's deeper than the blood. It does it makes your soul happy.
It doesn't matter how much bad you've seen right up to that point. That all goes away. So,
100%.
Fortunately, we get to see it on a regular basis here. We get to see the good, the
Yeah.
positive, because we know everybody. You know, we're from here, and so we get to see the outcomes. We get to see the positives.
Which I'm going to say this. I think that's that makes it's a double-edged sword, because we are such a tight-knit community. When we do have an emergency, most often than not, we're actually responding to someone we know.
Oh yeah, that's the hardest part.
So it is the hardest part, and that's why I really, really, really had to tip our hat, or my hat, to all of our emergency responders,
all the
because
first responders.
we're like a big city. You know, you're most often than not responding to someone. It's important, no less, but someone. Here, I'm responding to Troy's house or Roger's house, or it's Sue. Something's happened with Sue, or and that emotional, personal connection is different.
I'm going to pick on my wife here for a minute because
Oh boy,
I said I was going to bring
this
her
is
up.
recorded. This is recorded.
Because we are a small town, and I don't think she really wanted to get involved with the ambulance service when it first started. When she first come about, the more she hung around with me, the more she got it in her blood. And being from small town and being in the job that she's in, she knows everybody, and she's a lot better remembering names and vehicles than I am. And she'll hear a call come out, and it'll give a vehicle description. And she's going through her list of, is that so-and-so, is that so-and-so, is that so-and-so, So that's the disadvantage of being in the small town and being in this type of business, is because you know what everybody drives.
Right.
You know where everybody lives. And so when you hear a call in that area, you're like, oh, I know that area. So-and-so lives over there. You perk up. So that's the disadvantage of being in a small community. But I wouldn't change it.
I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. Oh, and just so we can clarify too, it just hit me is for anybody who's watching or will watch, that it's Greers Ferry EMS, but we also service the Higdon Township.
Correct.
That's that's something that we do. I just don't want anybody to feel like they're
So
left,
we
they're left
actually,
out.
now that you brought that up, we actually, our map that we have to, every year when we renew our license, we have to draw a map for the health department on our coverage area. So we go all the way to the base of Pryor Mountain. From there, it's Cove Creek Responders and Survival Flight. We go out as far as Brownsville Road on 92 and cover that whole back area. And we'll go as far up as Edgemont as to county line. So we cover a pretty good sized area.
Yeah.
And so that encompasses all of Higdon, Brownsville, everything right around the lake, basically, this little point here we've got covered.
And of course, we respond mutual aid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
frequently to other
frequently beyond
communities as
that.
well. So
So we respond into Van Buren County on a regular basis if they need us. Survival Flights called us in for backup to their area because they had, 2 basic calls and an advanced call going. So, yeah, we're not beyond going. I mean, we got called to Concord. I mentioned it earlier. We've been as far as Concord answering calls. So we try not to go too far of our area because we are a single ambulance service. We will transport you to the nearest, by regulation, we'll transport you to the nearest appropriate hospital. That's one thing people don't realize. They call us and say, hey, we want to go to Little Rock. We have to take you to the nearest appropriate.
Right.
So we have a hard time sometimes explaining that.
No, but we run a lot to say, Conway, Clinton, Batesville. So if you don't mind picking one of those.
So when you look at our location and where we're at, it's really not much any farther to go to Ozark Health in Clinton as it is to Batesville,
Right.
as it is to Heber Springs.
Right.
So it used to say, the regulations used to say closest hospital. Then they had to change that because not every hospital is appropriate for that particular injury or illness. So it's closest appropriate hospital. if so happens that we get calls like, well, my doctors request me to be in Little Rock, they, whatever, we'll do the best we can to make those arrangements with the ALS service or somebody that can transport you all the way down. But you got to take in consideration, it's a life that we've got in our ambulance, but it's also lives that we have out here that we have to concentrate on as well. And being a single ambulance service, we have to be real careful on what we do. So we'll assist you in every way possible to get you the proper help and the best appropriate help we can. But we can't always take that call to Conway or to Little Rock. So just be thinking about that when we tell you, hey, we can't take you there.
So in that situation, I'm assuming you call somebody like Survival Flight or something like that to pick them up and take them that trip.
Right. It depends on the nature of the emergency, though, because a lot of times that particular illness or that particular injury may not be life-threatening. So it depends on availability of the ALS service. It all boils around, again, the Department of Health regulations. They have to meet certain criteria to be flown out on a chopper. So there's certain criteria that our EMTs are trained to look for. Yes, they meet this criteria, but no, they don't meet this one for a helicopter. So we have to call a ground service. It might be that we have to transport you to Heber, let them stabilize you, evaluate you, then get you a truck later on to Little Rock or whatsoever. But we have a lot of people that have a hard time understanding that sometimes. We're not doing it because we just don't want to do it.
Right.
We're governed by the health department and regulations on what we can and can't do for the appropriate call. So
Fair enough.
hopefully everybody's aware of that.
Cool. I'm looking forward to some videos, and by all means, share them with us.
I'm looking forward to a couple applications turned in.
Yeah. Say, Jess, if you're watching, it shows that Jesse's
I'm more
watching.
than happy to have that conversation. But yeah, because I think that's probably the biggest problem with a lot of things, especially here, is most people just don't.
Right.
And it really doesn't matter what we're talking about, but we hear that all the time. We didn't know this or we didn't know that.
I don't know if Roger fielded any phone calls, but I fielded several phone calls. People will call me and say, hey, listen, I'm just moving in the area. I understand you guys got an ambulance service, would like to join your ambulance service. And we'll go through the whole spiel when they find out, well, how much you paying right now? We're volunteer.
Right.
And so we lose a lot of that. So again, I want to say, come volunteer with us.
Yes.
See if
Just
you
try
like
it.
Just try it. Like I said, 1 or 2 days a month. If that's all you can give us, that's all we'll take.
But speaking of applications, could you imagine Aaron and Jesse on an ambulance together?
Oh, no, we won't let that happen.
I mean, I could. It'd be the funnest ride somebody ever took.
We have stipulations in some cases. We'll take anybody we can get, but we determine who sits together.
That would be, I would just to be a fly on the wall with you driving.
It'd be something. Sure.
That would be.
But I think they would keep it together. I mean, that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jess can't drive because she can't reach the pedals, but
You did say she was listening, correct?
yeah, she's watching.
Yeah,
I
she's
hope.
probably commenting and everything else.
No, Susan said they can run with her. Oh boy, howdy, a trio. Susan, please, gosh, no.
I'm not driving that night.
I tell you what, I'd stick the girls with Susan any day of the week. No questions asked. Roger driving. Oh yeah, Susan on the EM2. Oh, Lord help us with them two yahoos. My Atlanta, that would be a trip.
All right, so you're going to start running cameras on the ambulance.
For liability. No, I'm just,
Oh man.
Well, I thank y'all very much for coming.
Yes.
This one time may not do it, may not be enough, but I'm more than happy for y'all to come back.
Absolutely.
Once a month, give updates, give statuses, however y'all want to do it.
Well, like I say, starting the first year, we've got some things in the works that we want to work on, and so that may be the time to start jumping on once a month and giving people updates on what we're doing. We're going to be doing hopefully a lot more fundraisers. We can put it out there.
Yeah. Chamber of Commerce comes on.
Yeah, we're going
they
to.
do.
I think we're going to try starting back at the first of the year, getting chamber back on. Like, I think it's when is the chamber meeting?
Mondays.
Right, but is it the first or second one?
For Aaron's on the chamber now, so I don't have to remember that date anymore.
Yeah. So on a Monday,
I think it's Monday. Yeah, first Monday, because meeting Mondays, because we had chamber, then fire, then EMS.
Yeah.
So yeah, chamber's first Monday of the month.
yeah, because and I when we typically try to do it, it's after the meeting
Okay.
on that day.
So is it a possibility or probability when you have board meetings, things like that, or anything, whatever, kind of the same.
Anything and everything that y'all want to get out to the public.
Well, we'll tell you that the fourth Monday of every month is our ambulance meeting. So we have a meeting of all of the EMTs and the first responders. Anybody that wants to come down and talk to us and see what we're about, those meetings are at 6:30 on the fourth Monday of the month.
There we go, yeah.
Now there won't be one for December because it's obviously
season.
holiday season. We all have a lot of other things going, but that fourth Monday of every month is our EMS meeting, and anybody who wants to see what it's about can absolutely come on down. And I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to come on board. Be a guest on your podcast, give us the opportunity to provide some exposure for our ambulance service to the community. And certainly, based on popular demand, we'll either be back or we'll never come back. But we certainly appreciate the opportunity.
Well, right, I got a challenge for you because Roger has a little side business.
Uh-oh.
His wife has a little cabin nested across the Narrows there.
Right behind Lacey's Marina.
Yeah, right by Lacey's Marina that they rent out. So you got to get
Cabin.
the wife.
Yep.
Oh, I spoke to. She called me.
Yeah, so you got you got to get
Cabin, RV park, and campground out there.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah,
let's make it happen.
We'd love to come on with you.
Because our biggest thing here is anything and everything that is good and positive. You can find negative in anything in this world.
No, you can't.
I mean, if you're really trying, you can.
Yes, I can. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
And nothing's perfect. I mean, I know we talk about where we live and how great it is, but nothing's perfect.
No, right.
But the negative gets carried like very easily. I mean, you don't have to put it out. I mean, it just happens. I want the things that light our community to be in this room. That's what I care about. And let's try to outshine the nonsense. That's the goal.
Certainly. Did we get any other questions from the viewers?
No, we have 10 viewers, so
Okay.
I think we got all the way up to almost 15. Thank you, each and every single one of you that watched tonight, that are going to watch in the future. Man, don't hesitate to reach out, ask questions, whether it's about this show, the next show, upcoming shows. If you have ideas about upcoming shows, please reach out to David and Jesse. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, do all those good things that keeps GF Lake Media going. It's just huge thanks to David and Jesse for putting this on and continuing this. It's another one of those they don't get paid for, and they keep pouring back into the community. So thank you guys.
It's only because we love where we live and we love the people in it. So I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm hoping with all the volunteers that are in this room, y'all can call out some certain individual. Initials EM. He's also known as a chief.
Yeah, but we're here to talk about EMS.
or maybe y'all can nudge him when you.
I'll tell you what.
We'll,
every time we nudge him toward a camera, it's like,
Well, he can designate a sit in. I mean,
hey. So if you want to talk, there's our captain. There's our fire captain. But no, I mean, I bet we could get Jay or somebody on here. Surely.
You might get Jay if you drag him in, dive down, hook him up.
Tell him there's a sandwich in here.
Hey, we'll get the Englands in here. How about that?
There you go.
We'll get Jay and Bo in here.
that'd be interesting.
Oh my.
But thanks everybody.
Yes, thank you guys
on
so
that
very
end,
much.
This end, and look forward to hearing what comes about in the near future. And let's keep it going.
We'll be in touch.
Absolutely.
Pay
Thanks
attention
again.
to
Yes.
Facebook. It's coming soon.
But as soon as y'all get that up and running, let us know. We'll put it on all
Yeah.
of our places.
Yep.
And
All right.
so thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Have a
Thanks.
great
Have a
night.
good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.